Hey there! This is a special collaboration video today with the amazing Brittany of Brit x Brat 2 Fashion. I will put her link in the description box, so you make sure to check out her version of this tutorial after you've watched mine, and make sure to subscribe to her channel. We chose the McCalls 6886 pattern. It is a basic pattern that is a great foundation, and I'm showing you my inspiration photo for what I wanted to create. So I took this version of McCall 6886 and took it from basic to bomb, and that's what I'm going to show you exactly what I did today. So let's get started. So because this is an amazing pattern that you can do so many things with, I am not going to cut my pattern. I traced
First
off
thing I did
the
was
dress front and the dress back for view B onto some tracing paper. And I got this paper from Target. It's just a regular roll of craft paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw in a color blocked waistband, and I'm going to draw it off in pencil first, and then I'm going to go back over it in green Sharpie. Now I've outlined my pattern with red Sharpie, and I'm outlining any additions that I make to my pattern in green so that I know that I need to go back and add seam allowance. And so I'm just blocking off about a 2-inch waistband. So then I made my V neckline, and I just took a ruler and just from the edge of the shoulder there all the way down to the waistline, or the top of my waistband, I just made a straight line and connected the two. Now this is going to be a very deep V. If you don't want yours as deep, then you simply just end your line higher up at the center front. And now I'm just cutting all of my pieces out, and I'm going to set them to the side. Now I'm just going to add seam allowance to the top and bottom of both of my waistband pieces. They're going to be cut on the fold, so the side seam and the fold already have what they need, so I don't need to add any seam allowance there, but I do need to add it at the top and bottom. And just cut them out. So I'm going to create a facing for the center front because I don't want any seam lines to show along the front V. So I'm just going to add some seam allowance where I've cut my pattern. And so I'm just going to add a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance just to be consistent with the rest of the pattern. And I'm also replacing the seam allowance where I cut the waistband out as well. So I'm just going to turn my paper and add it at the bottom. So I'm just going to trace my bodice front piece to create a facing, and you could really just use the same piece if you want to. Just cut it out twice so you'll have 4 pieces, but I'm just going to make a facing. So I'm just starting at about a couple of inches down from the top of the side seam, and I'm going to stop it about a couple of inches from the inside of the center front. I'm just going to connect them with a curved line. Nothing super scientific, just something I like to do, but totally not necessary. You can just use your bodice front if you would like. And then I'm just going to trace the rest of the pattern and transfer the markings onto that facing pattern as usual and cut it out. So lay out all your pieces on your fabric and cut everything out. I did cut out the facing for my bodice, it's just not shown on camera. So starting with the front of the dress, I am just attaching the waistband to the bottom of the dress. And I've already attached the facing just like this, right sides together, to the bodice front, where I'm sewing down the center front of the bodice and the armhole. That's it. And then flipping it right side out, you're going to press your stitches and then do some edge stitching where you've just stitched to make sure that it lays down flat. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the dress together and I'm going to tell you what I did. My construction order was a little out of order, but the dress still came together just fine. I was trying to sew and manage a 2-year-old at the same time and I got distracted. But I'm going to tell you what I did, and even though it's not quite the quote-unquote proper way to do it, it still worked. So I'm going to attach my bodice right sides together to the bottom of my dress at the waist. So now I've got the front of my dress all done, pressed, and all of my seam allowances are pressed, and I have serged my raw edges on the inside of my dress. So let's move on to the back. Same steps go here. I'm attaching the waistband to the top of the dress, working on the back side, right sides together. And then I'm going to attach the bottom of the dress at the waistband, right sides together, serge my raw edges, and press. And this is about where I realize I messed up, but I'm going to keep on going. So I'm just going to turn down the hem of my armhole. I know, you probably are cringing. Just follow me. It's going to work out, I promise. So just turn down the hem of the armhole, and you're going to turn down the hem of your neckline as well. And go ahead and press it and stitch it. And now you're just going to attach the front of the dress to the back of the dress at the side seams and the shoulder. Make sure to check your fit before you do any serging, and once you're sure on the fit, then go ahead and serge your raw edges and turn up your hem and finish your dress. And here you go. This is my dress. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you are interested in the purple fabric, it is in my store. The link is in the description box. And I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.